Hello everybody, welcome to Vista Ventures. I'm Caleb and thanks for joining me. Today I want to go over a little first impressions video of a new piece of gear here that I picked up. This is the Zpacks Super Nero backpack. This is a frameless backpack. I've been kicking around wanting to get a new backpack for a number of years, but I just kept running my same Crown 2 that did really well for me for, I don't know, like eight years or so here. But finally pulled the trigger and got this Zpacks Sub Nero backpack here. So the primary reasons why I wanted to get this backpack were mainly for the weight savings. I'm looking at the way I have this backpack configured here with the shoulder straps and the back pad here. It comes right at about 20 ounces. Running my Granite Gear pack, it's about 40 ounces or so. So I'm saving about 20 ounces, which was pretty significant weight savings. Pretty much the biggest chunk of savings that I could get for any piece of gear, since I've kind of like whittled down my setup over time to have be running a fairly light setup here. The second one is the fact that it's waterproof. It's not a huge deal. Obviously I have a pack cover and stuff that I've used for years on my Granite Gear Crown 2 pack. But just kind of a pain in the butt when you're out there and it starts raining. You got to take the pack off, get the rain cover out, put it on, and then it gets soaking wet. Then you got to dry it out. So I thought it would be nice to just have a backpack that's intrinsically waterproof. So I thought that would be a great option as well to be able to have that. And then lastly, I just wanted to try out a frameless pack. Obviously it's kind of all the rage. All the big backpackers, YouTuber stuff are running these frameless packs. So I was like, well, let's see if I can whittle my setup down a little bit and see how that goes. So fortunately, I was able to try out this exact backpack with Dan's backpack there from Backpacking Adventures. He was kind enough to let me run his Super Nero on a couple hikes, and that really helped me to be able to just kind of be able to try it out before pulling the trigger on making a pretty expensive purchase here on this backpack. Just kind of make sure that I liked it, that it was just going to work out for me, at least out of the gate. So just quickly going over some of the specs of the pack. The backpack itself comes in at about 12.5 ounces with just the standard straps here, which is what I have. And then it does come with this 1 ounce foam pad that it kind of comes like that for your back pad there. I will say this is like super chintzy. It's very thin. Not to say that you couldn't get away with it, but I don't know, for me, I just feel a lot more comfortable running a Therm-a-Rest pad here. So this is 1 ounce, and then the Therm-a-Rest pad is 4 ounces. So I'm taking a 3 ounce penalty there, but I think this just adds a lot more structure to the pack. But you can configure it either way if you wanted to run the stock pad that it comes with, or just run this shock cord through the upper loop here, and then you can just kind of run a full-size Therm-a-Rest pad there, cut down so it's a 4-panel guy. So that's how I've been running both times that I've run the Super Nero that I borrowed for Dan, and then it worked really well for me. So I'm just going to continue to do that. Then just kind of the overall specs. So this is a 50-liter pack. The main body here, which is just a tube, there's nothing special about it, just kind of like all the other frameless packs, just a big tube here in the middle, is 37 liters. Then it's got the 2 water bottle pockets on each side that do have drain holes in the bottom. They're 2.5 liters each. And then lastly, we've got the big stretchy mesh pocket here that's 8 liters. So total capacity of 50 liters. And I will say for the most part so far, it's worked well for the setups that I've run. I felt like I had plenty of room in there. We'll see, hopefully this fall I want to get out, do a couple longer multi-day trips, be able to try that out with 3-4 days of food in there and see how that goes. But I really don't think that room is going to be an issue, at least at this point. Load capacity, it's listed on the website at about 20 pounds comfort, and so far for the 2 times that I've had Dan's version of this out, I will say that that's probably fairly accurate. Both times I had it at about 18 pounds. So we'll see. Like I said, I'll be interested to see once I get some extra days of food in there, maybe get around 22 pounds or so, just see what that's like carrying wise. But I figure 18 pounds was plenty comfortable. So even if I start out a little bit heavy out of the gate on some of the longer trips, obviously my food bag will continue to get lighter as I go. So that'll be nice. One unique thing about this backpack, I mean, some of the other vendors are doing it as well, but Zpacks has these interchangeable shoulder straps here, which is nice. That comes with the standard straps here, which is what I elected to get. They also make a small strap, which is for smaller framed hikers, women, that sort of a thing, that you can put on here. And then they also make like a vest strap that goes on here. I was a little concerned with the vest if it would be a little bit too narrow at the top, so I just elected to go with the old, tried and true backpack straps there. And then I did configure it with the two Zpacks shoulder pouches here, the zippered guys. So normally I just have my phone and stuff in this pocket here, and then obviously since I don't have a hip belt now, I'll throw my snacks and a map and things like that in there for the day. As far as some other options for the pack, it does have the option down here on the bottom. There's two attachment points right here that you can put additional padded hip belt on. So I did elect, I got this. I'm not really planning on running it that often. Maybe in like some later fall, early winter sort of trips, maybe I'll throw this on just to be able to have some extra weight in there, running the heavier quilts and more like heavy jackets and things like that. But primarily I'm planning on running it just with just the shoulder straps. And then obviously you can get all the other attachments and stuff that Zpacks has there. You can get the pouches for this. You got the shoulder strap pockets, things like that. Just kind of going around the pack. It does have some cinch straps here going down the side that you can kind of cinch this up a little bit to compress the pack some. And then you've got your water bottle pockets here. These easily hold, 1 liter water bottles. And then you still got a little bit of room in there, like for your filter and things like that. I will say so far, at least the 2 trips I've had one of these packs out, this is one of the things that I didn't particularly care for, that there's no way to like cinch this down. It does have a little elastic portion in there that helps keep it contained. But when you're like crawling underneath stuff or through thick brush, things like that, if you gotta like crawl down underneath a blowdown or something, I have seen where your water bottle can fall out. So you just kind of got to be cognizant that that's a possibility there. Going around the pack, you've got kind of the standard mesh pocket there. I will say it's not like, it has kind of some stretch up here at the top. It's not like those Lycra pockets. But I will say that it's got lots of holes in there for good ventilation, so hopefully that'll work well to dry out gear once it's been raining. And then down here on the bottom of the pack, just got this kind of cinch straps here. Layer down. It's got some cinch straps here that you can kind of open these up, and then you could put whatever. I'll just throw this in here for the time being. A sit pad, a chair would be a great thing to be able to put in there, your tent, things like that. Just an option there to be able to lash to the outside of your pack there. That comes standard on the pack as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. I am really looking forward to being able to have this configured up exactly how I want it, and then be able to take it out on all of my fall trips this year, particularly some multi-day trips. Looking to hopefully being able to do the Quijana Trail again here in October, hopefully during peak fall foliage conditions there. So really hoping to be able to try this guy out on at least one multi-day trip, and then hopefully a bunch of weekend trips here during this fall hiking season, to be able to put her through her paces and then be able to give you guys a more detailed review. But did at least want to give you my first impressions of the pack, and then be able to show off what I'll be running this fall. So as always guys, get outdoors, have fun, and embrace the uphill. Till next time, this is Vista Ventures.